Alright guys, we're here today to talk about cookers and what you need from a cooker. You do not need anything flash or expensive. A good basic $20, $30 cooker with a decent gas in it will do you perfectly fine. Now this is my little setup. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see that I pretty much just rock around drinking tea everywhere, so it gets a hell of a lot of use and it just keeps on trucking. It falls apart every now and again and I just put it back together. So I mean, this is good 8 years old now, so it's just a Kovia. It's Kovia's base model, and look, to be honest, it's been fine. It's fantastic. So let's crack on to making a cup of tea in the bush. So what I like to do is, there's a little bit of water in my billy from take one. So what I do is I measure in a cup of water, and so I'm measuring the water so that I only heat the water I need, not wasting energy heating a whole billy. Alright, we'll get that on there, who cares about that? We'll get that boiling. So light from underneath, not from over top, so you don't burn your hands. The other thing to do, and you can tell a lot better in the dark, is to set your flame level so that the flames are just on the underside of the billy. If they're starting to come up over the sides, you're probably wasting flame and all the heat just goes out. So there's not much heat out from this, it's all concentrated on the billy. And it's about using less gas, so you have to carry less gas. And that's about it. I've even got a piezo ignition one, but since I bought this one, I have bought a handheld piezo ignition. I keep it in my lighting fire stuff bag. It's really good because it works when it is completely saturated. You can dunk it in the water, pull it out, and it'll go. So that's really the advantage of that, and that's why it's the backup. So it gets kept in the fire lighting bag. To be honest, I never had to use it, so yeah. The other thing I'd like to talk about is safety around cookers. They use oxygen, so using them in a confined space is, to be honest, it's a stupid idea. People have died using cookers in small tents and things like that. So look, be sensible about it. Use them where there's ventilation. Don't be crazy. Like a hut, it's not going to use all the air in a hut. If you've got 5 going with a whole bunch of people, then most definitely it's going to cause the problem. But you know, like, use your common sense. If you're in a little tent, don't use your cooker in it. I mean, the chance of you catching your tent on fire are quite high, and that's just silly stuff, you know. Brave the elements a little bit and to cook your dinner, you know, like, it's not that bad. The other thing I'm going to recommend is that you get round tea bags. Now there's some very, very good and solid reasoning for that, and that's just because I said so. They taste better, I don't know why, I just like them. Choice of round tea bags, a good stable tea. This comes to the boil, so we'll just turn that off. And one thing I really like about this pot is that I can use the lid as a handle for the bottom for the pouring. Makes it really easy. I've seen people use this billy and try and pour it without it, and yeah. But this is a really safe and hassle-free way of pouring it. So in conclusion, keep it simple, especially if you're just starting out. You do not need the big fancy all-in-one boil systems that only boil water, or the flash liquid fuel cookers. In fact, the liquid fuel cookers, you really need to be competent in using them. They can be very dangerous. The simple basic ones, this is nice and cheap and easy. Also, it's pretty foolproof. Don't knock it over, because if you get liquid down out of the canister and into the jets, you'll have a big fire. So through the magic of editing, I've let that brew, and I just leave my tea bag in. Just throw it out when it's cold. Makes sense. Bit of milk, and we're away. The other thing I do like to take is a porcelain cup. I take porcelain cups everywhere, and I haven't even broken one yet. And if you do, just drink it out of the billy, you know, it's not going to kill you. And it's a better tasting tea. Thanks guys.